Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fortress Comic News, episode 449. I am one of your hosts, Chris, alongside my co-host, Mike. What's going on, Mike?
What's up? We're almost at the 450 mark.
Yeah, you won't be here for it.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'll be here at 451. Nothing. Not a whole lot. Just dropping in as I do now when I feel like it. And we have Will Arred in the show, folks. Going to be talking to him about some crossover division stuff.
Some Cthulhu crossover division.
Cthulhu crossover division. So pretty awesome. Glad to have him on the show. Other than that, nothing really. Oh, rewatching. I think Stranger Things comes out November, season 5. So I have been rewatching all the seasons.
I'll have to jump on that then,
dude. It goes by pretty quick, and also I think you watched them all. You weren't watching the seasons as they came out, right? Like you binged them all at the end, or
this last one will be season 5, right?
Yeah.
So I jumped on in the middle of season 3.
Okay.
Because season 4 I watched when it came out.
Yeah.
Or as it came out, because I think that was one of the ones I actually did weekly.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. And season 2 is probably the weakest season. I guess there's a handful of people that like the whole part where 11 goes and becomes part of the X-Men in like the middle of season 2.
My only problem with that part was that they just like gave up on it. And they were we'll move on now.
I have but it is really cool though. If you go back and rewatch it, there is a lot of even in season 1, there's a lot of foreshadowing and like Easter eggs for season 4 with Vecna. You know how Vecna has the crazy like clock noise, the like thing.
Mm-hmm.
You hear that like in season 2, like they drop those noises, and the way 11 destroys the Demogorgon in season 1 is the same way she destroys Vecna, or she destroys the guy that becomes Vecna. It's almost like she banishes him to the whatever, it's upside down. So I don't know, it's pretty cool. There's a lot of it's fun to like rewatch it and be like, oh yeah, that character shows up for a few episodes and then dies. R.I.P. Beth, dude. I thought Beth was in the show for like half the first season. She's in the show for like episode 1. I think maybe like 1.5 episodes. I swear to God, I thought she was in the season for like 6 episodes. I'm sorry, Beth at Barb, her friend Barb that dies in the swimming pool.
Okay, yeah. I'm like, who's Beth?
I said Beth,
but I didn't want to sound like an idiot.
Barb. No, it's her red haired friend that she like. Also, everybody sucks in the show. Like, not I'm joking about this, but like, she like leaves her friend while she's partying at the pool, and then she like gets eaten. And they're like lying to the parents. I'm like, these guys suck. Like they like if nobody knew these people, their lives would be fine. Yeah, that part, I swear, I was like, I thought Barb was in the show for like 6 episodes at least. And then I was like, she's probably fine. She's going to show up in season 5. And I'm like, no, they literally show her body like getting eaten and like as a corpse. And I was like, okay, maybe she's not coming back. I don't know.
I'll have to jump on that, but I think Alien Earth is the next on my list. I think dude, everything is settled. Like, all the shows I watched are done. So
yes. Dude. Yeah. Forget Stranger Things. You'll watch Alien Earth so quickly because you're going to want to... It's one of those shows where you want to watch episode to episode.
Yeah. And then the masterpiece television, ABC television show, Ghosts, is back on.
Oh, so, yeah. I did hear you like that, yeah.
I love that show. It's so much fun.
We always have like one rotating show, like sitcom show. Right now it's Abbott Elementary for us. I think the show's hilarious.
Girlfriend is really into that. Her and her kids are watching that.
And they do a crossover with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I don't know if
so I need to catch up on It's Always Sunny because I'm like 2 or 3 seasons behind, and then I want to watch Abbott Elementary.
Yeah. So there's, I guess, the crossover. So the crossover happened on Abbott Elementary first, but we haven't gotten to that part. But we watched the crossover on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and it's amazing because they swear as much as they want. So it's like characters you've watched in Abbott Elementary that are like, it's I don't know, it's like a PG-13 show.
Yeah.
It's so good. And like Frank's like in the school ripping out all the copper piping for money. Dude, Danny, and like you just watch that and you're like, Danny DeVito could just be doing this in his spare time. I have no idea.
Probably, yeah.
This could be this man's life. Nobody knows. He's not really acting.
I love looking back on that show. I think it's in season 2, where Danny DeVito's character proclaims that he only has a few years left on this world, so he's going to get weird with it. And it's gone on for another 14 seasons.
14 seasons, yeah. Oh my god. It's an amazing... The last season was so good. And yeah, you just got to watch it. This last season, I was like, maybe they should stop making seasons. And I watched the season, I'm like, okay, they did some fun stuff with the season where I was like, they like reference other shows, like they do like a Is It Cake episode. They do like a Bachelor, like a Golden Bachelor, the old Bachelor. So Danny DeVito becomes like a Golden Bachelor at the end of the show. It's really
phenomenal.
And and it's filmed like an ABC Bachelor episode, like with the host of The Bachelor, Jesse, and stuff. Oh my god, it's amazing. It's like, if I can't wait to show it to like my family members that watch The Bachelor, because they're gonna find it hilarious. It's so funny. Yeah, it's a great time. They're just like, and there was that other show too, Hero Quest, that was really good. Was it Hero Quest?
Oh, that Mac did?
Yeah, that Mac did, where he's like a CEO. I got about halfway through the season, through the show. It's really good.
Yeah, that one's good. That was not Amazon, Apple TV show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's just like got a lot of funny MMO RPG like references in it. Of like how
that was good. I think it got canceled early though, was the issue with it. So it never like concluded.
Yeah, it sucks.
But I enjoyed it, yeah.
Yeah.
AP
right.
Bio too, if you've never watched that. Dennis is the star of that.
I've heard that's good. Yeah,
it's really good.
I also, we don't talk much anime, but I did, so I finally watched the whole first season of Chainsaw Man. I don't know if you've watched Have you watched Chainsaw Man?
No, I read the first volume though.
Okay, so you probably, okay, so just the first volume of the manga, just the single chapter 1. Okay, so
well, it's the first 5 chapters.
Yeah. And I think, so the first season ends at like chapter 38, so it's probably like, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 7 volumes. But it's so, a lot of my friends that told me to watch it, that watch anime, like, you gotta watch it. But they were like, I'm like, man, I understand this like a Japanese thing in animes, but like the whole like pervy main character is like, we did it with Master Roshi, and it made sense and was funny for the story, but like, when it's like a main part of the plot, like where he's like, all I want to do is touch boobs, I'm like, okay, like it's old after a while.
Yeah, you have to like turn it off, because there was a few mangas I've read where it's like, and they always get around it with like, she's 1,000 years old.
Right.
It's like, no, that's a 14-year-old.
Yeah, right. Where they're like a child. Yeah.
Like, we need to stop.
Yeah.
But the one that was, the one I really liked that I read the manga for was The Seven Deadly Sins. And it just like, the main character is just a perv the whole time. And I'm like, yeah, like, I like boobs too, dude, but come on, like, you need to calm down.
It's almost like the manga creator's like, this is my one time I get to talk to everyone about boobs.
Yeah.
You might have been able to go on a forum, dude. So, people are like, just stick with it for a few episodes. And literally, like, the episode that I stopped on, I think it was episode 3 or 4, is like where that shit kind of stops. And, there's a hard episode, Chris, and you'll get to it in chapter. It's literally like, it's like the Red Wedding Game of Thrones episode where shit starts happening. Like, you're like, oh, like character deaths, like severed ties, and I'm like, oh shit, these characters are like, you were feeling something for these characters a lot more than you thought after like 5 episodes, and I was like, this is fucking crazy, and it amps it up, and then I'm like reading all this stuff online, and people are like, "Oh yeah, that first season isn't even anything." Like, 'cause they're in like 100-something chapters now in the manga. They said it gets in like exponentially worse than the shit. Like, as far as like brutal, like the fight scenes and shit are so crazy. And so I was like, I just watched it this week, and I was like, damn. man, when is season 2 coming out? Like, I know people have been waiting a while. Well, the movie just came out this weekend, which is technically season 2. So I'm actually, after we record and later tonight, I'm going to go see the movie because I was like, I need to know what happens. It just so happened to be that like the week that I finished it was the week the movie came out. I was like, damn, that was, maybe it was my subconscious heard it somewhere.
Yeah, that was one of those mangas. I read the first volume and it didn't suck me in like it should have. So I never read past it because I think I read that like a year ago.
Yeah, that's what I did too. I think I bought the first volume around when you did, and same thing. I read the first volume and I was like, yeah. But if you stick with it, there's a payoff. I flew through the episodes after that. So, but I mean, I don't need to recommend it. It's like one of the most popular animes right now. So.
Yeah, I hear everybody talking about that damn movie.
Did you know One Punch Man came back? Season 3?
No, that's another one. I read the first 2 volumes.
Okay.
And I haven't gotten back to it.
So that's one I've been watching, and season 2 came out like, I don't know, 5 years ago. And they just released season 3 on Hulu, finally. And I was like, damn. So I watched the first couple episodes, which is really good, but I was like, I don't remember half the shit. Like, I'm starting to remember people as it unfolds, but I was like, I don't remember half the storyline. I mean, you don't really need to know much. He one punches people. They're all superheroes.
It's in the title.
Yeah, it's in the title. So there's not much to catch up on. But yeah, I've been watching a little bit more manga now. Now I need to I want Delicious in Dungeon to come back because that was such a good time.
Oh yeah, I've been thinking about just going spending way too much money on all the manga and just binge
reading it all. I know. Yeah. There's so many volumes of it, but
I just don't have time to read these days, so it's just been struggling getting stuff I need to get read.
Yeah,
or that I already owned.
Yeah, and I know we'll talk about some comics later in the stacks that we have, but all right, let's jump into the news, everybody. TV news. Skybound Entertainment, Hasbro Entertainment announced that they're teaming up to create a new G.I. Joe Transformers adult-oriented animated series based on the comics Energon universe. No streaming service or channel has been announced yet, but they brought Joe Henderson to be the showrunner. This is like, if this happened when I was a kid, I would have been like, holy shit. You know what I mean? Kind of crazy that Skybound and Hasbro working together is really interesting too, I think.
It's just so funny to be like, Kirkman's the new tastemaker in the world of comics and entertainment. Like, yeah, dude, you made all your money off of Walking Dead, and I was just having fun with it. And he's like, Invincible animated series. Yeah. That's going to get me a G.I. Joe Transformers crossover universe animated series. Like, come on.
And like, how did like Hasbro just didn't think of this on their own? You know, like
it's I mean, obviously they needed a partner to do comics with, and that's where they get all of their. Hasbro on its own has no story ideas. They just make really cool products, I guess.
Yeah,
but. And also getting someone like Kirkman and like having that comic be what it was and letting him do the weird things he did with like launching it and everything.
Yeah.
Brings a lot of attention to their property. So yeah, go for it. I'll probably watch it, to be honest with you, even though I'm not a Transformers guy. But if they bring in Void Rival stuff, it'll be really cool, like science fiction.
I think I'm hoping this opens the door for a lot more other crazier shit, like Sonic DC or like Power Rangers Godzilla. You know what I mean? Like that sort of animated shit, like all the amazing crossover comics that we've gotten. Like, it means the big companies are paying attention, right?
I mean, yeah, if this is successful, I could see it would be a little bit more difficult because you're talking about two IPs that are under the same umbrella. Because Hasbro owns G.I. Joe and Transformers. Skybound's just...
Yeah.
But I do agree with you. Like, if Toho in particular, like, let's go with them for a second.
Yeah.
If they wanted to push the popularity of Godzilla, because I think they're at a point where, like, Godzilla's about to hit a peak, or is at a peak, and they wanted to push it, like, yeah, let fucking so-and-so do an animated movie. Right. Let's do Godzilla versus the Marvel Universe. if you want to get real crazy.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be sick.
Or let's do Godzilla versus the Power Rangers.
Dude, I would see I would see any of that in the theaters. I would buy a ticket for that.
Yeah. Well, I think of all the other crossovers, with the exception of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that Godzilla's done. So mostly, let's just say Power Rangers for now. Do you think the people who own Power Rangers wouldn't mind like a little boost in public popularity? Like not the comics people, but the mainstream people.
And like kids want to see that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then I don't know if Nickelodeon would go for it, but dude, the TMNT one would be fucking awesome.
That would be amazing.
Like, yeah.
I even think like if we're just talking Hasbro, they own He-Man, right? Like we've had so many amazing He-Man crossovers in the past with comic books. Like how we knock out an animated series, you know?
Well, you know who could pull it off actually, speaking of Godzilla, is DC Godzilla. Yeah. Because I believe Warner owns Legendary.
Yes, and they own that. Yeah,
and they have the rights to the MonsterVerse,
and they've done those animated movies, like the animated Godzilla movies.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how the MonsterVerse rights work or any of that, but they'd probably be the closest to being able to pull it off in an animated movie.
That's true. I'd love to see that. Oh man,
please. But this sounds cool. I'll probably check this out.
No, this is really cool. I think this is cool. Like instead of doing the same thing over again, like rebooting Transformers, rebooting G.I. Joe, I think this is a lot cooler approach.
Yeah, do a new universe. I mean, look at what, even though it's a continuation, look at what Kevin Smith did with He-Man.
Mm-hmm.
He made a new show. Like, he made it, breathe new life into a show that really nobody cared about, except for Mike.
Except for me. I just wanted a new He-Man show. Yep. And it was awesome.
And yeah, made a great show that I think everybody should check out. So.
Yep. Netflix announced they've acquired the rights to what people are calling one of the best graphic novels ever made, Black Hole. So Chris, I feel like this always comes up where we get these announcements of like the best comics story ever made. Have you ever read Black Hole?
No, and I looked it up.
Okay.
And it sounds interesting, but
yeah.
Let's say this, Mike. How would you feel about a story set in 1970s suburbia where a strange plague has descended on the area's teenagers?
Oh, so it's Stranger Things.
Now, what if I told you that strange plague was transmitted by sexual contact?
Oh, yeah. I see that. Yeah, the story Black Hole deals kids in suburban Seattle during the 1970s where kids are told that if they have sex too young, they'll contract a disease that turns them into monsters. What the... Interesting. I wonder if they're going to go with that storyline, Chris.
When I read this, because I'm like,
one
of the best graphic novels of all time, and I've heard of it, but never like people telling me I had to read it, you know?
No, they're like, have you read that STD graphic novel too?
Yeah, so I looked it up and I was like, yeah, I found it on some, like, I guess whoever wrote the article could say, well, like, I saw it on a top 5 or top 10 list, and I saw it on some, but it wasn't like universal. It was usually the hipster list that it was on the top 10 of.
Yeah, we're not putting it above Why the Last Man.
Like, I'm not putting it down because I've never read it, but it seems like a stretch to call it one of the best graphic novels of all time.
Yeah.
But never read it, so... But good for Netflix. Yeah. I guess there was a bidding war for it, which seems
that's cool.
Strange.
Yeah, I'm very confused now.
I think we're at the point where the big IPs are out there and people know who owns it, so now we're going for, like, the next rung down.
Mm-hmm. Amazon Prime Video has quietly canceled one of The Boys spin-off series. According to The Boys show creator Eric Kripke, The Boys Presents Diabolical will not get a second season, even though himself and other creators involved have pushed for one. So, yeah, less Boys stuff. I mean, I liked the first season. Did I really care if we got a second one? Not really, to be honest.
I kind of felt like it was a standalone thing anyways.
Yeah, I wasn't waiting for another season.
Yeah, and I personally I thought like few episodes were good, but as a whole product, I didn't care for Diabolical like I did the other Boy stuff. So, I mean, it's got to... they were going on the articles about how it's got this rating on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever, and I looked at it, I was like, yeah, okay, critics loved it, but then you look at the audience score, and it was okay.
Yeah, right.
And maybe that's the reason why they're not doing more of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I would rather...
don't want it.
I would rather them end. I mean, they're going to end The Boys with season 5, and we'll talk about Gen V in a second. Mm-hmm. I think Gen V's done with too.
Yeah.
And let's let The Boys conclude and sail off in the sunset while they figure out their next big IP for Amazon Prime.
Why The Last Man? Maybe they can get it to work this time.
Well, yeah, don't put it on network TV, and I think he'll do have a better chance.
Yeah, that weird like Hulu network TV thing.
Wasn't it an FX or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the. I mean, we could just talk about Gen V now, right? Episode 7 and 8. Now that the season's wrapped up. I mean, it feels like like you said, Gen V's done, and it's like this is the last episode going into the first episode of The Boys. Like this was almost like another episode of The Boys season. It's directly affecting what we're going to see. Moving. It was
forward. Bringing these characters into the main Boys story.
Yeah, and I think overall it was a solid season. But episode 7 or 8 are the big reveal that I think you called it, right? That Godalkin was the dude in the tank. Or he was controlling the main bad. Yeah,
so I didn't think it was Godalkin, but I thought Cypher was the guy in the tank.
Yeah, but he was
Godalkin. So
yeah, it was Godalkin.
Yeah.
So that was a cool reveal, and then like him pitting all the students against each other was like, oh shit, here we go. To try to like weed out the weaklings or whatever. That poor guy. The poor guy who got hazed, that really sucks.
Yeah. I thought as a whole it was a good season.
Yeah.
Good episodes. They definitely like tamed it down in the last 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was only one kind of weird thing. And honestly, I'll tell a quick story about it in a second. But for those watching the show, the one thing, like the guy who can shove whatever he wants up his ass.
Up his ass, yeah, that guy.
Is like not a big deal compared to the rest of the boys stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty tame.
But I thought, they kind of tamped it down. And then the ending where they all kind of came together and you can see they're going to join the boys in season 5 with the whole ending. I was the only surprise I had is I thought for sure Homelander was showing up because they kept saying Homelander. He kept calling people, like his face was everywhere in the episode, but he never actually showed up this time.
Right. I was waiting for him to show up. So, I think the season overall like ends on a higher note than the last season, right? Like they're more positive if they're joining the resistance of that Starlighter's part of. And, you see the fight where they kill Godalkin, they blow up his head. I was hoping that Marie would just blow his head up. I'm like, come on, we've gone back and forth about this shit. Just kill the guy. Like, don't mess around with it.
So my quick story before we end it was I watched the last episode with my girlfriend, and she's never watched a single boys thing before.
Okay.
But I need to watch the last episode, and we were just hanging out. So I was watching it while she was doing something. She walked in while I was finishing it up, and she just sees the entire crew coming out of some guy's ass.
The Trojan horse.
And she just looks at me and goes, "Should I ask for an explanation?"
And you're like, "Nope."
It's too complicated to. I'm like, you would need to start from season 1 of a different show.
Yeah,
she's just like, okay. She went back to her phone.
Just know that this isn't the worst thing you can see in this show.
Well, and then 5 seconds later, somebody blows up.
Yeah.
Like Godalkin literally explodes in a pool of blood, and I was like, even that's not the worst thing you'll see in this show.
Yeah, no way. Crazy. Yeah, so I think overall, a solid season, especially for what they had to work with, changing the script literally several months before they start filming. So I think it was solid.
Yeah, and I wonder how much this changes their plans for season 5, because I feel like the kid who had passed away, they obviously wanted the main girl to fix his issue.
Yep.
And him to become a major player somewhere in the story down the line.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, we'll probably never know, but I'll be curious.
I mean, I'm guessing they almost just swapped his dad for him, right?
Probably. Yeah, his dad will just show up and do whatever he was supposed to do.
She fixed the dad. He's at I think he was captured, right, by Black Noir. So
yeah, but then he got out.
Yeah, then he got out. So I don't know.
So
we'll see what he ends up doing. He's probably gonna help out. But comic news, everybody. Image Comics announced a new series titled Malevolent, not to be confused with Disney's Maleficent, right? Yeah. From writer Justin Jordan and artist John Bivens, 30 years ago, the gates of hell cracked open when science went too far, and the world has never been the same. Humanity adapted, survived, even thrived in the shadow of demons, but now mankind's made something new, something dangerous, a weapon that can kill demons if she doesn't kill us first. Interesting. Demons are kind of integrated into our... That cover is like really, really weird, crazy sci-fi style, but when you look at the interior, the art's really good. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and Justin Jordan was a guy who blew up with his early stuff.
Yep.
And is kind of... People still love him, but he's kind of faded a little bit since then. But he has cool ideas, and his books are like action-packed, so I'd be interested to see what this is all about.
Yeah, I never read Luther Strode. That was his big thing, but...
Well, Luther Strode, the first volume at least, I never read past it. I want to, but Luther Strode, the first volume, is fucking awesome.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Highly recommend it.
Dark Horse Comics announced a new series titled Night City from writer Matt Kindt, artist David Lapham. A legendary hero. Caught between two worlds. By day, he soars as a symbol of hope, but the moment he falls asleep, enters a universe devoid of heroes where he leads a mundane life. Interesting. As the pressure of his dual universes mounts, his heroic self begins to crack, pushing him towards a mental breakdown. In a world that measures the loss of human life that occurs when he takes one night off, the weight of his responsibilities becomes too much. Ultimately, he's left with a choice: embrace the extraordinary abilities or seek solace in the ordinary. Will he stand tall in a world that needs him, or find peace in a simpler existence? Sounds a lot like Severance for superheroes.
Oh, I haven't watched Severance.
Yeah, I haven't watched Severance either, but I know it's like when you have one personality during the day, then when you sleep, you're shut off and you do another job. There's like two different versions of yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a cool twist on it.
Maybe that's what it is. It sounds like a cool idea, and I've been kind of digging Matt Kindt's stuff recently.
Yeah, he's been doing good work.
Yeah, and he's been doing stuff with Bad Idea that's been really good. So
yeah,
I would be interested in this. I'm at that point though where I'm becoming the thing that I always made fun of, but I think I'm a trade waiter.
Yeah.
So I'll probably wait for this to be done.
Yeah, especially if it's an Image comic too. Those $10 first volumes, if they still do that, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, it's Dark Horse, so...
Oh, it's a Dark Horse. Yeah, this one's Dark Horse. Yeah, so no.
And I get the feeling this is like... Okay, this is a 3-issue series, so... It'll probably, it'll just be one volume.
Yeah, 3-issue series, wait for the trade. Dark Horse announced a new Hellboy series from brothers Mike and Todd Mignola, titled The Crown. A Tale of Hell with artist Warwick Johnson Cadwell. The 2-issue series will feature Hellboy's mother and brother in a tale of a family reunion. So... That's cool. Mignola comes out once in a while to do a Hellboy like miniseries and stuff like that. So I am still on the second omnibus, so I won't be anywhere near reading any of these side stories yet.
So you'll catch up to this in about 5 or 6 years.
5 or 6 years, yeah.
I just thought this was cool that he tapped his brother to do a story with him. Like I don't pay attention to the Mignola family, but I don't know if his brother's done stuff before, but
I don't know.
Just be like, hey, bro, you want to tell a family story about a mother and a brother of Hellboy in the Hellboy universe?
He's probably like, hell yeah, bro, let's do it.
Yeah.
That is a cool thing that he gets to do because he's got so much control over that character. He probably just comes to them and is like, hey, I want to do this Hellboy thing. And they're like, yes, please.
It'll sell because it says Mignola on it.
Yeah, it sells Hellboy. Mad Cave Studios announced a new graphic novel titled Astro Quantum, Volume 1, from writers Arturo Fabra and Andrea Moody, with art by Andrea Moody. He's cast out to die in the toxic world of Maku. Young Ishmael finds an unlikely ally, sharp-tongued Solulmite exile Queekeg. Together, they claw their way through underground bazaars, brutal creatures of the galaxy, and bitter rivalries to chase a destiny bigger than they either imagined. A place aboard the legendary Moloch hunting starship Pequod, an all-new epic sci-fi saga of survival, rebellion, and the hunger to reach beyond the stars starts here. So, sounds cool. We're getting a lot more sci-fi stuff. Coming out as a trade is also cool. And
yeah,
I do dig the art. I think the art's pretty neat.
I love Andrew Muti's art. Like, he's done a lot of cool stuff over the years. And, yes, I mean, all new sci-fi space epic. Like,
yeah,
sign me right up.
Sounds pretty neat. Yep. Yeah.
I've never heard of the writer, though, and the only credit they gave him was a book called Tempesta del Nulla. I'm guessing
might be
is a European comic, Mike.
Might be Italian comic or something.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting. I'll get to check out a new creator, but I do love Andrew Muti, so I'll probably at least give this first volume a shot.
Yeah, nice. I think more sci-fi is a good thing. It's funny how we see these waves of like pop culture that we used to not get any sci-fi books, and now I feel like the last year or two we've had quite a few.
Yeah, I mean, the popular stuff goes pretty cyclical. Like, we end up going through these changes.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that's consistent is that every October there will be a slew of horror stuff.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. All right, folks, let's talk about what we read this week. I got a whole list of stuff. I honestly don't even know what weeks this stuff came out. But I think I have started at the bottom here. It might go, like, World's Finest, 43. Finally caught up on that. This is like the wrapping up to the Bizarro story, where they turn the Bat Zarro and the Bizarro back to their normal Bizarro selves, and like it's a wacky sci-fi Bizarro book that Mark Waid wrote, and it was a lot of fun. So we fixed it, and now we're going back to Earth. Absolute Wonder Woman number 13. Wonder Woman's jumping all around the world. She's looking for this like creature that kind of looks like Livewire. It's like lightning person going around everywhere. And we find out that she's going to old Themyscira battlegrounds. And she finds out that it's like attracted to her magic, or the arrival of this being was because of her magic. So I think we're going to get the reveal that it is Livewire or some known DC. But this is just a 2-story arc, I think. So after these 2 issues, then we go on to another arc, is what it said. I did read DCKO number 1. Chris talked about that. But I said it was a pretty wild first issue. Shazam just getting crushed before he turns into Shazam was hilarious. Because everybody's always asked the question, why would you not just kill him as a child and not worry about Shazam?
Scott Snyder's listening.
Yep, Batman gets stabbed through the back. So we think he's killed for now. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm sure he's Batman. He can't kill him. I'm sure that it was a cool intro. Into like why they're all fighting, like why they need to fight. Also, we know that Darkseid's hiding amongst them, and we got the huge brackets, like the March Madness brackets was a lot of fun. I thought it was a cool first issue. I thought it was solid. Yeah,
and the big reveal at the end that the Absolute character, at least the Trinity, were a part of this was awesome.
Yeah, that too. Yep, that was really cool.
So.
Yeah, I think solid first issue to this series. I'm not reading all the tie-ins because every book's like tying into it, and
there's one tie-in extra I'm getting, and it's because Joshua Williamson's writing it, and he's one of the writers on the main book. And then if it's not like a book I'm already like, there's an issue of Aquaman that ties in. Like I'm getting Aquaman, so I'll get that. But
that's so Superman tied into it. So I read Superman 31. It's a tie-in, but it takes place before issue 1. So it's like Superman, he says like goodbye to Lois, and he gets all the ships to evacuate the humans off of Earth. That's like that story. And Lois goes searching for more info on Darkseid, like in the fortress of Solitude, she's like, I'm a journalist, so I'll figure out why the AI won't tell us about Darkseid, because Superman tried to get info on it, and they're like, yeah, we're not allowed to tell you anything. But as they're fighting, one of the Legionnaires shows up with Superboy Prime, and the Legionnaire like hits her with a bunch of like sunlight energy, and so it like pops her back into becoming Superwoman. So that's the Superman book. I guess is going to take place, and they're going to fight this Legionnaire. So it was an alright issue. Godzilla, here there'd be Aliens #5. I think this is the final issue in this arc. We get the Simians and the Zillions are like fighting, and it's funny because one side has a Mecha Ghidorah, and the Zillions are the bad guys, and the Simians they're adversaries, but they're the good guys, and they make their own Ghidorah. They call it Franken Ghidorah, so it's like Ghidorah with all the dragon heads, but it's got all these other parts like mixed and matched. It's fucking awesome. And so they both fight each other, and the battle ends with like Monster Island being wiped out, and then the main guy finds out that the president was also part of this like secret society of kaijus. I think it was a cool story. I think all 3 volumes together just are so good.
That's gonna be a cool like omnibus or collected edition, or however they put it together.
I think it's really cool, if they do it all in one book. Absolute Manhunter #9. So these Martians, the green, the green and the white Martian are fighting, but it's like they're fighting within. So like, there's people possessed by the white Martians, and then you have the agent gets home, and one of them's attacking his wife, and so he's fighting with him in person, but also the aliens or the Martians are fighting like in their minds, and it's like breaking all these different dimensions. So that's a really cool like turn of events and like panels and stuff. And so the end of it, we think that his wife or son is going to be possessed by a white Martian. So it's pretty cool. It's a lot different than all the other Absolute books. But Battle Beast #6, we get the big fight between him and I think Gladiator is her name. But as they're fighting, Gladiator gets like injured and wants to recover, and so does Battle Beast. So it's like, okay, we fought, but now they're gonna go both rest and then fight again, kind of thing. But in the midst of that, we get to see a couple Invincible characters. We see Thrag show up, and which was awesome. So Thrag shows up, and he's like, hey, one of his generals, the dude with the eyeglass, reports to him, and he says, we have this planet where the gladiators ruling, and he's like, it's like they seem to be like overthrowing their Viltrumite grip, and they have this guy ruling, and he goes, okay, send in Conquest. And I was like, oh fuck. Are we gonna see a fight between Conquest and Battle Beast? Oh my god, please, yeah. So it's just fan service now.
I just want a 5-issue arc of that happening.
Of that, yeah. Oh my
no
god.
Dialogue, just let fucking Otley go nuts.
Hell yeah. New History of the DC #4. We start at Blackest Night, so that was a cool place to take off. We get a lot of it's interesting because there's like a lot of the modern stuff. They talk about the Button and Dr. Manhattan resetting people, doing all these things, and it was like, I don't think it was that straightforward and what was delivered to us when all this was happening, but I'm glad there was a lot of like hand wavings, and like some of the origins, they say, well, we fixed that origin, or that origin changed. So like, the characters they're trying to identify of like, you're not going to be arguing about this guy anymore. But it also ends with like Barry Allen, he's telling the story, and then he like goes into a comic shop and buys a comic. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Did they get into the Watchmen stuff? Like
they got into the Button, and like talk about like Flashpoint, Batman coming back. But they say like, we found this mysterious button, and then we had this. They said they have like this. They said they all like battled with Dr. Manhattan, and he's been changing realities for fun, and then he altered the reality because of Superman. It was like the constant thing in all the realities, so then he decided to leave us alone, was the way they like described it.
Oh, because I'm still waiting on the Dr. Manhattan wants to be Superman story.
Yeah,
because you remember how Doomsday ended.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he with the little kid. Yeah, that's true.
With the little Clark Kent.
Yeah. But they basically said like, oh, he realized Superman's in every universe, so he's gonna leave their universe alone or something. I was like, I don't remember any of that happening, but okay. Gotham by Gaslight, A League for Justice, number 4. So the team fights Zod, they win. He has an amulet that opens the Phantom Zone that Lex Luthor steals and gets away with. And they go find the Fortress of Solitude, so I'm sure they're going to mess shit up in the Fortress of Solitude. Really good issue, Superman the Kryptonite Spectrum, number 3. This book is amazing.
I didn't read that issue yet, no.
Oh, it's dude, it's a fun issue. It's like Toyman and Dr. Sylvana build a theme park because young Superman and Billy Batson are hanging out. So that's their big thing, is like they want to trap them on a theme park because they're kids now. It's really cool. They defeat him, they get the cure for Superman, but then we find out the rainbow kryptonite isn't a kryptonite, it's a SOS that was sent to Superman, and it's SOS for Mixoplex needs help in the 5th dimension. That's how the issue ends. So next issue is going to be crazy. Dude, this story has been so much. This is like a Grant Morrison Superman story through and through. It's been so much fun. It's crazy.
I have to read that when we're done.
Yeah. It's amazing. Rook number 7. Rook's back, Chris. Forgot about that.
Yeah, dude, I was so looking forward to it.
Yeah.
This is not a little time I've had.
No, yeah.
That's my reading. Like,
it's all good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot going on.
But that's one I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah. Rook 7 was awesome. I'll just say, solid first issue. Dude, we get to see a lot of more. I'm not going to spoil what we get to see. We get to see, like, I want to see more masks. We get to see more masks. So, I listened
to an interview with Fabok, and he talked about, like, them focusing more on the stag in this volume.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We get to see that. Yeah. So, yeah. Great issue. Really solid first issue coming back. So I'm ready to read more about this. Absolute Batman number 13. Yeah, that was the Catwoman intro. Harley being part of the Red Hood gang was kind of cool, I think. So we're getting we're gonna get the final fight in the next issue where Bane thinks he can step down. Hopefully, when Batman defeats him, he thinks he's gonna be able to have Batman take over his terrible job. Justice League Unlimited 12. So this is during DCKO as well. The shitty villains have been powered up and are wreaking havoc all over Earth. Like, literally, the shitty villains are like robbing banks and stuff like that. This should be no problem. And it's Polka Dot Man. Yeah, Polka Dot Man's robbing a bank. And they're like, oh, we can handle him. So 2 of the heroes fly down. I don't remember which 2. I think Mr. Terrific's one of them. They're like, oh, this guy's a small fry. And then he like blows them all up. And they're like, how are they all super powered? So, he's like, for some reason, all the hero or the villains are like overpowered from like what's happening with Darkseid, whatever. So we have this new Justice League that's assembled a team with heroes all across like the universe. But what they say is, they refer to them as like reflections of their universes. So we get this like roll call of heroes, and one of them's Owl Woman, but she looks like Owl Man from Watchmen. One of them is 90s Aquaman with like the trident for the hand. One of them is Batman Beyond, but he doesn't introduce himself as Terry McGinnis. He says, I'm Tim Drake. And I was like, wait, what? Yeah, so I don't know if he's like a reflection of another universe. And then we have Green Lantern from Kingdom Come. That's part of it, with like the green armor, Alan Scott Green Lantern. Yeah, so I'm curious to see what you think when you read. It's a cool like roll call. And so we get descriptions for every one of them except for Owl Woman and Batman, which were the 2 most ones that I was like really interested in hearing about. They don't describe. They like describe everybody else. They don't describe them, and I'm like, are you not doing that because you like this was your cop out to not put Terry McGinnis? Like, yeah.
Well, yeah, he's stuck in time or some bullshit now.
Right. So I was like, who are these people? Because I saw that it's a Batman Beyond costume, so it's weird. They're going to go fight the demons that showed up near... There's like all the demons that are near the tournament entrance. So that's where these people are going there to fight them. So this is a pretty cool story. But that is all I had this week, Chris.
Well, I'll talk to you about what I did read, which is One World Under Doom, number 8.
Nice.
So
is that the Thing punching Doom in the face?
It is. It's a great cover.
That's an amazing cover.
Yeah. So this is the big fight between all of the Marvel characters and Doom. Mm-hmm. But it starts off with Valerie, Reed Richards and Sue Storm's kid, talking to Doom and trying to like get him to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And she's unsuccessful in doing so. And while that's happening, it's the big fight, like I said. And what's great about this is Ryan North, I know everybody's talking about him now because he's writing Fantastic Four and you guys are all loving it. I know Ryan North as the writer of The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. And he gives Squirrel Girl her moment in this book to be like the hero that awesome. Almost takes down Doom, which was so fucking great, dude. And what she does is basically distract him while all the heroes come together to get Beta Ray Bill's hammer and basically supercharge it.
Okay.
So that the Thing can take it.
Oh, man. That's amazing.
It's a great moment. When he does, he destroys Doom's armor. And Doom is able, basically supercharges it with magic to take out everybody, but not kill them. And he gives that moment to be like, now I held back. So you know that next time I can do this. So just stay away. Like, let it be. And he tries to reconfigure his armor after he gives the big speech. And Valerie walks onto the battlefield just covered in pieces of his armor, dying.
Damn.
And so now he has to live with the one person in the entire universe that Doom respects. He possibly has killed.
Oh, man.
Fucking epic issue, man. Like,
that's crazy.
I think it's been a great series. I'm interested now to see, because the whole kerfuffle is that Doom's going to end at the end of this, or is going to die at the end of this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure. I think Doom's just going to go away at the end of this. Like, he's going to disappear because he can't live what he did.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Captain America number 4. Speaking of Doom. So this is still taking place in the quote-unquote beginning of the Marvel Universe, which is after 9/11 at this point.
Okay.
And Cap's out of the ice, and he's fighting Doom in Latveria, and he basically challenges him to a brawl. It's just like, no more tricks, no more robots, just fight me like a man. And Cap takes him out, slugs him just right to the ground. And he's like, you lost, we're done. But while that's happening, the new Captain America, the kind of our generation Captain America, is doing his mission. He finds out that basically his entire mission was bullshit. Like, he thought he was there to save these people and bring them back so that they weren't tortured by Doom.
Mm-hmm.
They were brought there to take those people out so they never talked again.
Mm.
And so now he has to fight against the Silent Commandos, and he basically snaps at the end of this because he's now gone through... This is the guy that's joined the army because of 9/11, became Captain America, and then went through all the different wars over the Middle East. So he's been slowly, like, unraveling, and this was his last chance to, like, be a part of the United States Army and all that stuff. And this is the thing that just snapped him. Like, he goes, I can't do it anymore. They just keep lying to us. It was a great fucking moment, and I'm interested to see, because the next issue is going to be them concluding this and Cap joining the Avengers, and then we're going to jump to current timeline.
Cool.
I Hate Fairyland number 45.
Is that Chainsaw? Hell yeah.
I don't know if you could tell by the cover, Mike, but we have a Popeye the Sailor Man crossover issue.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
Basically, Gert is trying to find this creature who we find out is a giant rubber ducky, which is phenomenal, who once a gabillion years, and yes, it's gabillion years.
It's gabillion, okay.
Comes out of the water and blows a hole so deep in the fabric of time and space that you could travel to anywhere you want. So she's hoping that if she gets out there and she does it, she can go back home. So she hires Popeye the Sailor Man.
Of course.
And at the last second, Olive Oil comes and basically ruins the whole plan, because we find out that Popeye is constantly cheating on her. So when he's like, it's not what you think it is, she just blows up his ship and runs away.
God. What the hell? That's so funny.
So they were unable to complete their mission. And that's just the whole issue. Like,
oh my god.
It's fucking crazy, and I love it. I love that we're at this point in I Hate Fairyland where he's like, let's just cross over public domain shit. I don't even care anymore.
I love that. That's so fun. I mean, that's like it goes with the tone of the book, I think.
Yeah, it works with the book really well. Speaking of Matt Kent, we talked about earlier, a bad idea book called Save Now came out, and it's basically this superhero team who is known to be, they're constantly saving the world, like being where they need to be and doing the right things, like take out the big bad. But what we find out through the portions of the story is that the main guy, he's able to create a checkpoint in time, and he can constantly go back to it as many times as he wants.
Mm-hmm.
So while everybody thinks these people are just defeating the villains the first try, it's actually happening like hundreds of times until he figures out the correct way to do it.
Okay.
And then we get to a point in time where the apocalypse is coming, and he can't stop it. He's gone back multiple times, and he's at the point where he's like, I'm done. I'm just going to go back to this point in time, be with my wife, and just live a happy life. And you guys can figure it out. And long story short, he gets blackmailed into not doing that. And the way it happens and how the story progresses throughout it is very interesting. This is one of the better like time travel / superhero books I've read in a while. I would recommend checking it out if you can. I still don't think Bad Ideas doing digital is the only thing.
Yeah.
But they are in local comic shops now.
Yep.
So
that's good.
And then the Tome.
The Tome. The hell.
Vinland Saga.
Wow.
Deluxe.
Look at that bad boy.
Which is volumes 1 through 3.
Huh.
This is some of the best comics I've ever read, Mike.
Wow.
It's a Viking story about this guy who's like the ultimate Viking warrior.
Is it like a manga though?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The art's phenomenal. And the story is, like I said, this guy, he's brought back, so he gets out of the whole rat race of constantly fighting, killing, pillaging. Mm-hmm. But he's found along the way around the time when the Vikings are trying to invade England. So his old war chief comes and finds him and says, I'll give you one last chance, come with me. Mm-hmm. But ends up stabbing him in the back, hiring somebody to kill him. Well, his kid was on the boat at the same time. And his kid ends up being captured by these people and going with them. But his constant battle throughout the time is that he wants to do something so that he can earn the honorable battle against the guy who killed his father. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the plot of the story, is this kid trying to kill the guy who killed his father. But the subtext of the whole thing is this kid being like, my father was right. Like, this constant battling and fighting and war mongering is not good for anybody. And like, we need to stop it. It's fucking awesome. Like, it's just
awesome.
The tones are great. The art's phenomenal. The storytelling's amazing.
That's cool.
I'm definitely gonna have to pick up the second book. But these hardcover ones, they're like, I think off the shelf, they're like $50-$60.
Yeah.
But on Amazon right now, they're like anywhere from $20 to $30. So if you're gonna check it out, it's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
If you're a physical person.
Right. That's really cheap.
And it's just a great format because they're a little bit bigger than manga, so the art kind of pops.
Oh, cool.
And it's got that cool like bookmark,
nice.
library bookmark
that's pretty
thing.
Legit. Yeah.
It's pretty fucking awesome.
That's a lot of comics there.
It's a ton of comics, but it's another one of those things where you pick it up and you just can't put it down. Like, you have to force yourself to put it down because you're like, I have to be at work tomorrow.
I gotta close this thing. Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was everything I read this week, Mike. Where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at Fortress Ricker on X/Twitter. Where can they find you and/or the show?
You can find me on social media, whether it's X, Blue Sky, whatever, at Fortress Chris. Also at chriscomicscorner@substack.com. And you can find the show on social media at Fortress Pod or at fortressofcomicnews.com. And if you want to support the show, 5-star reviews, go over to YouTube, subscribe, and then like, comment, share those videos. And then you can check out patreon.com/fortresscomics for more. Thank you all so much for watching and or listening this week. We'll see y'all here next week.